John Barry, I'm a strength and conditioning coach within Carioca. So at the start of every session with our warm-up, we follow what we call the ramp protocol. So that's where we raise the heart rate to get blood flowing around the body to the working muscles. We activate and mobilise joints and muscles that we're going to use in the workout. We potentiate the nervous system. Let's get the nervous system, preparing the nervous system for the demands of the game or the training that you're about to do. So taking you through warm-up, start with your activation and mobility. So you have your mini band. Exercise we go this week is with our crab walks. So you have a band just above the knees. If you have a second one, you can always go with the ankles as well. So shoulder width, your glutes are lengthened sufficiently. We're getting to fire a bit better throughout each rep. The goal is just to get the glutes activated and primed through each one. So ensuring feet are outside the shoulders. Band is around the shoes, 90 at the knee, 90 at the hip. Staying strong and stable as I extend one leg away, bring it back in, and kick once again. You should feel a little bit of activation happening inside of this left hip here. Once you do your 8 to 10 reps, you switch out, working off the other leg. So that's a quick sequence that you would do. So we take it through a mobility sequence that's going to loosen the whole body. Starting in a stand position, straight leg kicks. So doing this again, hamstring hip flexor, you're just on the spot. You can kick for 10, progress it on, where you're coming across the body. So once you do your hip, loosen out that way, we can go into a standing flow. So we did a ground-based flow before, now we can where you do your overhead squat, into that Cossack, left, right, nice and steady, slow yourself down, get your RDL for back to stand, and you can flow your way through that. Finish all that out then, go to an inchworm, touch the toes, we walk out, left leg outside, rotate for 2, split your stance, you're opening the hips up, you're bringing your T's point, shoulders into it, bring your feet in, finish it all out, walk in, touch the toe, stand it up, stand it up. So that's a quick activation and mobility sequence that you can do at the start of your warm-up that's loosening the body up. The next sequence, you'd look at raising the heart rate. So for Kerry coaching games, guys, we're going to take you into the pulse raiser side of your warm-up. Once again, it's a good idea to work on your run tech drills as part of your pulse raiser or your movement prep. That's in preparation for the game or the training session that you're going to do. You're doubling up your time and you're bringing your run technique in to your warm-up. Run technique is important as it helps you be more efficient in your transfer of energy or transfer of force through the floor, your coordination patterns when you stride of ankle, hip and knee. So it's critical that you work on your run technique as it is other aspects of your game. So this week we're looking at change of direction stuff, so lateral movements and how that can help you with your agility. First exercise that we're going to take you through is a lateral march. So you're standing tall, looking forward, head up, chest out, and you're just going to march to the side, getting knees up, and you're travelling one way through. The big part here is try and keep your toes, your knees pointing in the direction of travel. So once again, you're working off left and right side. It's just a simple march on the spot, getting that high knee drive. Lateral skip. Same movement, but we're looking for a little bit more rhythm with our steps. So you're working on that coordination pattern throughout. So once again, as you see, you're looking up and forward in the direction in front of you. Hip to hip with our arms, head up, chest out, and we're getting that contact underneath the hip throughout. So the first two drills there are march or skip. They're working on that coordination. Now, we start progressing now where we look into a push-off. So it's a skip with a push-off. This is a little bit more explosive and it helps to engage our lateral hip here. So think of your side step and you're trying to cut around the player. So it's the same premise again. Skip, push, push. So that little skip and then a quick push-off. So that's working on one side, you've got to work off both sides. Last exercise you can look at is Carioca. So that's just more a coordination drill and it's just help you separate upper and lower body from each other. Big aspect here, upper body stays still and stable, so your lower body's doing all the movement. So you just step and swivel your way through, travel off to the right, and then you're traveling your way up. So in terms of agility, cutting and turning, separation of upper and lower body is critical. You want to cut with that lower body, you always want to have your head up looking in the direction of travel you want to go, so you've got to be able to separate both of them. It's a good drill for that separation there. You can progress that on then, we'll be adding a knee drive. Once again, you're working both sides, left and right. So that's a quick pulse raise that you can do within your warm-up. And the focus on this one is change of direction and agility. This week for Kerry coaching games, we're going to look at some potentiation work. Previously we looked at how to land, so now we've mastered the art of landing. We progress to some basic jumps and hops. We cover 3 different planes with our jumps: vertical, horizontal and lateral, because we absorb and transfer force in 3 different planes when you're in a game or a training based scenario. First exercise we're going to look at is your Pogo Hops. Starting your line nice and stiff from head through the heels. All your movement is here in your ankles. You're trying to get as high as you can off the floor and land soft at the very end. So you'll just run through it very quickly. So that's our Pogo. That will be your vertical plyometric exercise which helps you with your jump for height. Next one you're going to look at is a broad jump. So that's horizontal force displacement. Think of acceleration again. That's horizontal force when you accelerate. So your broad jump correlates with how good you are at accelerating off the spot. In our Gaelic games, quicker you are to the ball, or quicker you are out with your man, your acceleration plays a key role there. So for your broad jump, I'll show you a quick demo. So with our broad jump, big part, standing tall, triple extended position, ankle to your hip. You come into that triple flexion position, and then you jump for distance. You stick your landing. You don't want to fall forward or backwards when you stick your landing, because you're trying to absorb the force through the grounding. Big part is our landing soft as well. Standing tall, hands on the hips. And we're going to dip into our drive, jump to the side and stick. So just give you a quick demo. So as you can see, every time I land, I'm sitting into the floor, I'm landing soft. So start standing tall, triple extended position, come into that triple flex. You're using that stretch shortening cycle where you dip, drive and land. And you're looking at a squat jump. So that's straight forward, on the spot, hands on hips, dip and drive. As always, if you want to progress the intensity on, you can go continuous hops of 2 or continuous hops of 3. So that's our plyometric progressions for this week, looking at vertical, horizontal and lateral placement through. As I said, we look to progress them on in the next clip. So this week for Kerry Coaching Games, we're stepping the intensity up slightly with our strength exercise. We brought you a body weight one this week. If you have access to dumbbells, this is a strength workout you can do with dumbbells at home. If you don't have access to dumbbells, you can still refer back to body weight or other pieces of equipment. The exercises are still the same. If you look at your push, pull, hip and knee dominant movements, once you're taking them movements off within a strength program, you're balancing the body out sufficiently. So you're looking at 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps with each exercise, and I'll just run through 5 exercises with a quick coaching point on each one. So first one here is a floor press, similar to your bench press, but if you don't have access to a bench, you can just do it lying flat on your back on the floor. Drop down 90 at your elbows at the bottom position and press the weight in again. So stay nice and low, drop your dumbbell, press the weight again. So as I said, this is an upper body push exercise. 6 to 8 reps is the goal. So it's already at 2 dumbbells in front of the body, soft knees, push your hips back and stand tall. So it's a hip dominant exercise. We're hitting our hamstrings and glutes. Big part here, head up, chest out, so back is nice and flat. Spread the t-shirt wide and push the hips back. So at the bottom position of the again, you're pulling your dumbbells away from the floor. So think chest out once again, t-shirt is wide. Pull your bells from the floor. Keep your elbows nice and wide. 6 to 8 reps. This is the goal of this guy as well. Stance, you're staying in your position here, head up, chest out. Main aspect here is that we keep our knee tracking over our ankle the whole way down. So think of sitting back as you tip and drive. So that's loading your glutes, hamstrings a little bit through. And stay tall throughout. 6 to 8 reps, you swap leg, and you go off the other side. So that's push, pull, hip and knee ticked off. Now we finish it off with a full body exercise where we're going to go to lunge and press. So stay tall, dumbbells in that rack position, step into the lunge, press overhead, stand tall again. Strength workout you can do at home with dumbbells. It's the first basics of returning or preparing a return to perform on the field when you get the green light to go again. We're just working on 6 to 8 reps. In the next video, we'll be looking at some power development and how we can develop that. So this week for Kerry Coaching Games, we're bringing you another core workout. Once again, 2 rounds, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're just giving you 4 exercises to complete at the end of your workout. So your first one can be your plank lateral taps. So once again, you're in your low plank position here, elbows directly on the shoulder. You have a straight line from heel through to shoulders. And when we're in this position, you just get the lateral toe tap to the left, to the right. Hips are staying as stable as you can throughout, and you go for 30 seconds. Engaging the lateral hip here, which helps stabilize the hip in movement. For your side plank, you're working off left and right side, so it's the same when you're on your other side here. You're just making that scissors motion for your 30 seconds. Everything is tucked tight here once again. Just make everything long, everything tucked. Everything long, everything tucked. Same premise as your bow pose. We're starting to get the hip flexors, lower abs, put on hands and hips, toes pointed up, brings the hamstring into it, extend the hips away, and then kick out your leg. Hold your position for 30 seconds. If you want to progress on from that then, we can just get a little march on the spot with each one. The goal here is to keep the hips as stable as you can, that you're not rocking them throughout. So think with core, we're performing core exercises. It's all about stability. It's not about how many reps you can do in 30 seconds, but how still and stable you can stay for 30 seconds.